Sophie stood at the edge of Silent Hill, the mist curling around her like a shroud. She clutched the letter in her trembling hands, the ink smudged and faded, yet unmistakably her sister's handwriting. The town stretched out before her, a ghostly labyrinth of fog-covered streets, where the echoes of her past whispered from the shadows. Each step deeper into Silent Hill drew her further from reality, pulling her into a realm where time and space twisted into an unending nightmare. The streets were silent but alive with a sinister presence, the air heavy with an unnameable dread that seeped into her bones. As Sophie wandered through the decaying town, memories of the accident that had torn her life apart resurfaced with haunting clarity. The crash, the shriek of metal against metal, and the final, heartbreaking silence where her sister's voice had once been. Her every thought was a struggle against the tide of guilt that threatened to drown her, manifesting in the grotesque forms of the creatures that stalked her through the fog. They were twisted reflections of her guilt and grief, their eyes accusing, their forms shifting to mirror her darkest fears. A shuffling sound behind her sent Sophie sprinting towards the familiar silhouette of an abandoned hospital, her breath coming in ragged gasps. Inside, the hospital was a maze of flickering lights and peeling wallpaper, the corridors echoing with the distant cries of the lost and the damned. Sophie stumbled through the shadows, her mind teetering on the brink of madness as visions of her sister flickered at the edges of her perception. In the depths of her despair, she found herself in a decrepit school, where children's laughter twisted into macabre mockery. Here, the line between past and present blurred, and Sophie faced the truth she had long buried, the guilt of surviving when her sister could not, and the desperate hope for redemption that had drawn her here. Finally, Sophie stood before a mirror in the heart of the school, her reflection a fractured image of who she had once been. As the fog thickened, the world around her dissolved into a swirling chaos of shadow and light. She reached out, her fingers brushing the cold glass, and in that moment, the boundaries of Silent Hill and her own mind shattered, leaving her suspended between worlds. Whether she would find a way out or remain trapped in this eternal waking nightmare was a question left unanswered, as the town swallowed her screams and the fog rolled in once more, leaving only silence behind.